Peace and prosperity. Welcome. Today's video is going to be a little bit different, but if you're new here, my name is Asaya the Creatrix, and ow, ouch. And usually I do videos empowering women, making very educational, motivational, and informational type of videos. But I was inspired recently by one of my favorite creators on YouTube to go ahead and do a more relatable, authentic, and just down to earth type of video, which is a get ready with me while I chit chat and share with you all about my life, what has been going on, my experiences lately. So I don't know what I'm gonna exactly get into. I have an idea of what I want to talk about, which is along the lines of women, toxic women, clients from hell, basically. If you are a woman or a woman entrepreneur who is a coach or an or you work with women for a living, I know that you know what I am talking about. Okay, so I just need to talk about this subject for a second while you guys basically watch me just get ready for the day. I have a new addition to the family. I'm probably gonna bring her out and show her, y'all, because she is crying in her playpen right now. She is so mad that I put her back in her playpen. Well, I wouldn't say mad. She's sad right now. She doesn't want to be in there. But yeah, my daughter has been asking me for a puppy for not a really long time, to be honest, but one of her friends recently got a puppy, and like, I don't know, though, I just saw the light in her eyes and just how happy and excited she was for her friend to have a puppy. And then she started asking me, of course, for a puppy. And I just remember when I was her age, actually maybe a little bit younger than her, and I was like so obsessed with animals, and I wanted to get a puppy so bad. I wanted a little small puppy, like a dash hound. There was this dash hound puppy that my mom took me she took me to the mall one day, and we went to a pet store just because I like to go to the pet stores. And there was this cute little dash hound puppy in there. And I remember that puppy till this day because that was the puppy that made me be like, I want a puppy. Like, that was the puppy. So I could remember those days when I wanted to get a puppy. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to let my daughter have a puppy. I'm going to let my daughter experience this while she is young and she's not hormonal. And, because I ended up getting a puppy. My mom ended up getting me a puppy, but I was basically a teenager by that point. And I was really just not my best self at that time. So I just wanted to do it for her now. So, yeah, I thought about different avenues and ways to get the puppy. And I was taking her to this adoption center every other week to go and look at puppies. And one weekend we went, and there was like this big batch of Chihuahua puppies. So we went in and we went to look at the Chihuahua puppies, and oh my goodness, they were so cute. Like, the Chihuahua puppies were so cute. And not only that, but they were like, to me, the perfect size for my daughter, because she's small like me, but like compared to other kids, like, she's petite, and I noticed that the Chihuahua puppies were like really feisty. Like they have this attitude about them that even though they are so small, they act like they are like the biggest dogs in the whole wide world. And I loved that energy for her because recently, okay, I've had to set some really strong boundaries with one of her best friends that she made when we moved to Seattle. And during the beginning of their friendship, I noticed some really concerning behavior. I mean, it wasn't just me. It was me, her mom noticed it, the little girl's mom. And basically there was an incident to where they had exchanged numbers. My daughter had a phone. She still has a phone at the time, but she had a phone, and so her and the girl would be like sending each other video messages to talk to each other and play games and stuff. And one day the girl decided to send this really, really nasty message to my daughter. She decided to send this really, really nasty message to my daughter because my daughter was spending time with her family, and my family came to visit us. So she was busy. She wasn't answering her messages. She wasn't responding back to her. And basically, the girl thought that was the opportune moment to tell her that she was a horrible person. She's never going to be friends with her again. And that she hates her. And all kinds of craziness, child. And me being like in my own world, I did not see these messages on my daughter's phone. Like, my daughter saw them, but I didn't see them. Okay, and that was the beginning of me realizing, like, okay, I need to check her messages. I need to check, she's talking to friends. I don't care if it's another child. Like, I need to be on it because her mom was the one who came to me and was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so sorry that she said all those things to your daughter. I did not know that she would do that. I'm so like, she was basically just like profusely apologizing and letting me know like that is not acceptable behavior for her and that she's gonna talk to her and work on her and whatever. And so I ended up looking at the messages and I was like, yeah, this is kind of disturbing. Like, why does she feel like so comfortable talking to my daughter like this? Like, at the time, the little girl was only 7 years old at the time. So that was almost 3 years ago. So yeah, I'm like, okay, I said, okay, they don't need to play. We need to limit their play. They don't need to be, talking on the phone anymore. Like, I had all the things going back then and the boundaries and like, okay, we're going to ease our way back into like, if we're going to play again or whatever like that. But the thing is that they live basically next door to us. So we always see them. They're always around. And they're in close proximity. So when they see each other, they're like, they warm up to each other again and they just want to play. Like, kids literally just, they want to play. And for my daughter specifically, like, she is such a forgiving soul. Like, she just wants to love you. Like, she just wants to love you. She just wants to have a fun, happy relationship. Like, if there's some drama, she's just like, can we get over that? Like, and let's play. You know what I'm saying? But for me, as her mom, over that period of time, I don't want my daughter getting used to playing or her basically engaging with children, with other children, with people in general, to where she feels like it's like normal for her to have to experience craziness from people. Like, I don't want her to think in any way or capacity that that is normal, because it's not. And I know for me growing up, I basically had to, or I wouldn't say that I had to, but I accepted crazy as normal growing up, because not so much that my friends were toxic and crazy. That wasn't until I got older that I started having crazy friends, like a teenager. But even then, like, there was never a moment where I had somebody sit down with me and say to me, nobody is allowed to talk to you this way. Nobody is allowed to treat you this way. When bad things would happen, or like when really toxic situations would happen, it would, like, this one I'm saying, like, I didn't really experience crazy stuff when I was a kid. So that's why I'm like, girl, you're not even like 6-7 years old yet, and you're experiencing like a crazy ass friend. Like, that's gotta stop. But like, I didn't have to experience that when I was young, but when I got older, preteens, teenage years, I definitely experienced a lot of craziness, okay? And nobody really ever advocated for me in front of me. Nobody ever really stood up for me in front of me. So I never was given the permission to acknowledge things as, that's not okay. You can't treat me that way. That's not okay for you to talk to me this way. It's not okay for you to belittle me, for you to insult me, for you to make fun of me. Like, literally, I didn't know that it was okay for me to advocate for myself. Right? And so instead, what ended up happening for me is I internalized a lot of that hatred, and I started to hate myself. And I started to develop a lot of like self-esteem issues, self-worth issues. And that's just like, for me, that's where my life, like, I was like a downhill spiral. And then I started being seen as the bad child, or the bad teenager who doesn't listen, or, you know what I'm saying? And even still to this day, if like people will tell stories about me, or like my mom will tell stories, or whoever, they'll probably still say, oh, I was bad, or whatever. But they never got to see, or they never acknowledged what was happening behind the scenes, basically, of my life, for me to even end up in a situation to where I feel like I had to rebel, or I had to fight. Okay, so long story short, like, I'm seeing like this all pop up again, like, just through what my daughter's experiencing with her friend. And so after that incident, they like just, we distanced playtime and everything like that. And like, I slowly and gradually, because the little girl still wanted to be Aleva's friend. Mind you, the girl is older than Aleva by 3 years. She's older than my daughter by 3 years. So I was like, okay, but like along that time frame, I started to notice like her behavior got better, but it didn't, because she never did that same thing again, right? Where she like went off and said all those hateful things. But there were little things that were still happening that I actually started to see like was directly related to how her mom was handling her and disciplining her. Okay. And it would be things like you know, at the time we were going to the same, or my daughter was going to the same school as her. So on some days she would offer to like carpool. So basically we would all ride together to go drop our kids off to school. And some days she would bring us, we would ride back with them. Like I would go with her and we would ride back because we lived basically the same place. And there would be some days where her daughter would be like, why are they here? Like, I don't want them riding with us. Like just straight up, like my daughter would be so happy to see her, to like play with her after school is over. And she would have this little girl would have the nastiest attitude. And it's almost like her mom just coddled her. Like in those moments, I'll be like, okay, so you're going to discipline her now, right? And she wouldn't. She would just be like, just stop, babe. Like she would just do something that wasn't it was showing like annoyance, but it wasn't disciplining her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, okay. So she is coddling this little girl. Because where I'm from, like, we discipline our kids. I don't know, like, where I'm from, because I'm from the South, it's just different out here in the North, in Washington, and around, like, a bunch of white people. It's just different. Like, I would say liberal. The liberal energy is definitely the gentle parenting and all of that stuff. But I am all about balance. Okay? I'm all about balance. You need to know when to be gentle with your child, because you don't need to always be like berating your child. That's crazy. Like, you don't need to always be doing that. But you have to be mean sometimes to your kids. I'm sorry. I don't care who disagrees with it. Like, but there's a way to be mean, okay? Like, when I say mean, you have to be stern and you have to be firm and you have to be clear about what's okay and what's not okay. And when they push those boundaries, they have to have consequences. Like, you have to stand on business with kids. That's just is what it is. And I noticed that a lot of women who have issues with standing on business with their kids, they also have issues with standing on business with men. Okay? Like, the women who have a hard time standing on business with their kids, they also have a hard time standing on business with men. Okay? And those are the women who let men literally run their life raggedy. Okay? And then now they're complaining about men. All men are this, all men are that. When deep down inside, they wish they had a better relationship with men, or better connection with men. So anyway, I was clocking that. I was like, okay, she's not really standing on business with her child. Like, there would also be times where I would hear her daughter like saying crazy stuff to her mom. Like meaning, like, when I say crazy stuff, like just talking crazy, like, no, I don't want to, mom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. Okay, let me make sure these stay in place. But like, no, I don't want to, mom. Oh, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just unnecessary disrespect. And I also started to notice that since Aleva started hanging out with her demeanor and her attitude started changing. And she started saying a lot of out of the box things. Honestly, there is honestly a lot of things that started shifting and that started changing, and a lot of other things that I started noticing that I had to consistently check with this child, with this little girl. And I mean, the list goes on. The list goes on. And I'm the type of person, like, I see children as children. Okay? I see children as children. So if a child is messing up, it's never their fault. Like, it's never your fault. You have to be raised to know how to be better and do better. Okay? So I'm never going to blame a child for their behavior and the way that they're acting. However, there comes a point where it's like, I'm consistently having to chastise your child every time she comes over here. And it's not no one-time thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, she lies a lot. You know what I'm saying? There will be times where Aleva's like telling me like what's happening when they're playing games together. She's cheating in the game. You know, she's stealing her stuff on Roblox and not giving it back to her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm constantly having to chastise this little girl. Now, I got to a point where I stopped telling her mom about all the things I have to chastise her for whenever they play or whenever she comes over to play. Because, number one, it's exhausting having to freaking go down a list of all the things that your child consistently does when she comes over here. And number two, I was attempting to be considerate because her mom is like, she's an older woman, okay? She's in her 50s. She had a really hard life, from what she tells me. Like, a hard life. And she has another child, a son, who is much older, in his 20s, but he's disabled. And, like, basically, like, she has to take care of him for the rest of his life. You know, so a lot of that takes up her time. And she's not the healthiest person. So she has some health issues and all of that. So I'm just like, listen, I'm not trying to add no stress to your life. You know what I'm saying? And so it was like, for me, I'm not going to bother you with this because I know what you're going through. And when she comes over, I'm just going to chastise her. I'm just going to discipline her and do the best that I can with her. Okay? That was my mindset, because that's just the type of person that I am. Some people will say, oh, you too nice. Oh, you too this, you too that. Listen, I care about people until I don't. So, basically, okay, because I want to wrap this up and kind of talk about some other things that are actually related to this topic, okay, of toxic women, toxic mothering, toxic, like, just toxic women, okay? Because this channel is for women, but I'm not going to act like I don't know that women can be toxic, because women can be toxic, okay? Women can be toxic. And my consistent, I would say, issue that I have had with women, or like women that come into my life, like if I ever have a friend and then we no longer are friends, or if I ever have a client or any kind of woman in my life, it's always, the relationship always dwindles normally because I can't do stupidity. Like, I can't do, like, you allowing what you feel to govern what makes sense and what is rational and what is true. And I know that's interesting for me to say something like that, because I talk about feelings a lot. I empower women to listen to their emotions a lot, but healthy emotions. You being emotionally regulated, you knowing and being aware of your emotions and exactly where they're coming from. Not you being emotionally stunted, not you being emotionally immature. None of that. I don't condone none of that, okay? And you have to be intelligent to be able to see where you're being emotionally immature, where you are projecting stuff, where you're projecting your insecurities onto people, and all of those things. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, I got tired of it. I got tired of chastising her child, and I was at my wit's end over the past couple weeks. Actually, in the midst of me doing the final day of Deeply Loved, my daughter was having a sleepover with her friend, because they have sleepovers every now and then. And I know some people are like, I don't do sleepovers, blah, 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 blah. I think that sleepovers are fine if you're supervising your kids. Sleepovers are not fine for most people because they don't watch their kids. They don't watch their kids. You're not engaged in the sleepover. You're not up like guiding the sleepover. You're not, okay, we're going to do this. You're going to watch this. This is what's going to happen. You're not listening to their conversations during the sleepover. Like, you got to spy on kids. I don't know if you know that. You have to watch them. Like, you have to spy on them. So, yeah. So, I'm okay with sleepovers because I'm like a hawk. And anything that has been out of pocket, I've always checked. But this time, it wasn't the worst time and it wasn't the first time. But it was literally just my last time. Okay. And basically, my daughter, so the little girl fell asleep early. I'm calling her little. She's not little. She's big. She's bigger than my daughter, but she fell asleep early. And when she went to sleep early, she was in the living room, which is where they were going to have the sleepover at. But my daughter had made this tent before they went in the living room, in her room. And so she left the living room to go play in her tent in the room because the girl went to sleep. And Aleva was still up. So she asked me if that was okay. And I said, yeah, that's fine. Just make sure you keep an ear out for her when she wakes up. Because, you don't want her to be scared when she wakes up. So, she was playing in her room. Time passed. And the little girl woke up. And my daughter, so this is now what my daughter's telling me because I'm asleep at this point. My daughter goes into the living room because she hears her moving around. And the little girl is, she's upset, right? Because she woke up in the living room by herself and Aleva wasn't in there, basically. And that's understandable. Like, it's understandable to feel a type of way that you woke up by yourself. That's why I told her to make sure she goes in the room to, if she hears her get up, and to let her know, like, what you were doing. So the little girl decides that this is the perfect opportunity for her to go off. So Aleva comes into my room crying. Once again, I'm saying once again because literally she comes back from play dates with her upset frequently. As of recently, it was frequent. It started to get frequent. Like, unnecessary. unnecessarily upset. And she's like, oh, I went in the room. I heard her when she got up. And I went in the room to let her know what I was doing. And she told me that she's never going to play with me again. And she's never going to have a sleepover over here again. And that I'm a bad friend and all this stuff. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm done. Like, I'm done. There is something about this little girl and her mom to where they feel like it's okay to be disrespectful when they're upset. Just because they're in a mood, they think it's okay to be disrespectful and to say hurtful things. I can understand. Like, it's perfectly okay for you to go off on people that deserve it. On people that deserve to be going off on. But because you're mad because of one little thing, and then my daughter comes in the room, talks to you, lets you know what she was doing, lets you know she didn't mean to leave you by yourself. Like, it wasn't that didn't, like, she's doing all of that. But you still want to just go off and be mean, like hateful, mean. That's where I have an issue. And so, of course, the next day, I confronted her mom about it. Because the little girl, after that, came, they knocked on our door, asking if Aleva wanted to go outside with them to play and walk their dog. My daughter was, like, literally sitting at the door, like, she didn't know what to say. Like, she was, like, timid and looking back and forth. And that's how I know the situation she told me was true. Because why is there so much anxiety in the answer of yes or no? That's too much anxiety for you to be having to think about whether or not you want to say yes or no. That means that it's true. You were being a bully, you were being mean, and now my daughter's conflicted and she's confused because now you're coming to knock on her door like nothing happened, asking her to go out to play. No, ma'am. That's where I have an issue. I have a really strong issue. And not only do I have an issue, but it can never happen again. Like 3 years ago, when that first little incident happened, and even over time, there has been several incidents that I've had to check, that I've had to be like, this is not okay. Okay. And like I said, a lot of those were just me talking to the daughter because I felt like the mom is just incapable because of all the stuff she has going on. But as I analyze her mom, as I take a good look at how her mom behaves towards other children that live in where we live in this apartment. Okay, other children who have really bold and loud personalities that don't play that shit. Okay, basically, like other little girls that her daughter plays with that have a big mouth. Okay, they telling and they don't play that. Her mom has a problem with those kids. It's not direct. It's not like, oh, I don't like them because they're loud and they stand up for themselves and like, no, she doesn't see it that way. She sees it as they're just annoying and they're bad and they think they could do whatever they want and whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, like your daughter, your daughter, but in different form. Okay. Like they annoy you. So she says, I'm just clocking like, okay, she's always saying how, oh, she's fine with Aleva. She loves when her and Aleva and Kenna play. She doesn't mind watching them play. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I wonder why. I wonder if it's because Aleva is soft-spoken. She doesn't really, like, stand up for herself. She's not, like, a big fighter. You know what I'm saying? She's a lover. She's like that. So when your daughter be acting crazy, it's not an issue because my daughter basically puts up with things that she shouldn't put up with. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm clocking that. So I'm clocking all of this stuff. And I'm like, at this point, I'm confronting her mom about it. Her mom is just completely, oh, everybody's not innocent. And what do you want me to do? I'm trying to work on her. She's a kid too. So what do you want me to do? And I'm like, girl. So all of a sudden now, when you complain about every single child in this building, you talk shit about every child in this building, almost, damn near. Now that it's your child, you're like, well, she's a kid too. What do you want me to do? What do you want? Discipline her. Discipline your child. Discipline your child. But she don't believe in discipline. As I'm starting to realize, she don't believe in actual discipline because she's so concerned with hurting her daughter's feelings. She's so concerned with whether or not her daughter starts crying behind some stuff. Child, she has to cry. Like, she has to cry. She has to get that out of her. Whatever's in her, it's got to get out. So if crying is going to be the thing that's going to do it, that's got to be the thing. And this is the thing when I was talking about discipline earlier. If you're going to be heavy-handed in your discipline, you also have to be heavy-handed in the heart that your heart connection with your child. In your heavy hand, you also have to let them know that you love them and that you're there for them and that everything that you're doing is for their betterment. You can't be heavy-handed with your discipline and like not have that love there. So it's like you're neglecting your child because you're not disciplining her. And I'm just putting all the dots together, and I'm like, and you're not disciplining her because nobody ever was disciplined enough to lovingly love you, okay, and show you what it meant to discipline a child. Anyway, I'm clocking all of that, and I'm confronting her about it, and she just does not take it well. Not only does she not take it well, she dismisses me dismisses the issue altogether. And she's like, well, you know what? They just don't have to play anymore. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we could have been not playing with y'all. Like, we could have been doing that. If that was your solution, it's just, oh, we're just not going to play. That could have been the solution. Like, they didn't need to develop a friendship. They didn't need to, like, continue to create a bond. They didn't need to, like, none of that needed to happen. If that was always going to be your solution, is they're just not going to play. Like, no, you need to discipline your child, or you need to take her to therapy. Somebody has to help her if it's not going to be you. If you don't know how to do it, you know? So after that situation with my neighbor, I'm just like, man, like, I really, really, really am recognizing, like, just how done I am with tolerating BS from women. I'm really done. I'm really done. I'm extremely done with tolerating BS from women. Okay? I talk about it a lot with men on this channel. Oh, I'm going to have to do it in this mirror. But now I'm talking about it with women. I'm done. I'm DONE done. I don't care. I don't care about anything that you've been through. I don't care about your past. I don't care about, At first I will. I'm very compassionate. But when you try my kindness for weakness, that's when you've lost me. That's when you lost me. So not only was I like experiencing this in my personal life, but like I'm running ads for my business now because I want, and I'm going to have everything be automated from like 2025 and beyond. Like, I love getting online and connecting like I'm doing right now, but I don't want my business to rely on that. So I'm running ads and I started running ads in February, and I kept up one ad running, or restarted the ad this month. And the ad was is for the Wealthy Women Activation Training. And you know, the Wealthy Women Activation Training, you can get that along with the Soft Life Blueprint, and then there's other things that you can access after you purchase that. And there's this woman in the comments, in the ad comments, okay? And ad comments you cannot delete or report, okay? Ad comments are just what they are. There was one lady in the comments talking about, you are a scammer. What even is this? What even is feminine manifestation? That's not even a thing. You're out here trying to scam people, okay? I'm probably not saying what she said exactly verbatim, but that's basically what she said. Okay, like, I'm out here scamming, I'm a scammer, or whatever like that. And then I was like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and return this to sender, because whose troll are you? Who do you belong to? Like, who sent you? Okay, you can go, whoever sent you, you need to just go back to your master, okay? So I went ahead and just returned that to sender. And then after that, she decided to go onto my page, my Instagram page, and troll under my videos in the comments and say, do not work with this woman. She is a fraud. What are your credentials? You don't even have any credentials to be teaching or talking about something like this. And I'm just like, what is wrong? Like, what is wrong with these women? Like you haven't even purchased nothing from me, and you talking about I'm a scammer. You have to actually purchase something from somebody to say that they're scamming. Okay? To say that they're scamming. Nobody has ever purchased from me and ever said that I was scamming, because I'm not. Fuck. And so when that happened, right after that happened, I had a student inside of Deeply Loved turn into a psycho crazy person. Like, it gave me flashbacks to when I call them the clients from hell. Okay, the clients from hell. Okay, just because, let me tell you something about when you decide to become a business owner as a woman and coach women, have clients, things like that, be a teacher, become a teacher, and everything like that. For women who are in this industry, you all know very well that some women are batshit crazy, and they come into your program literally just so they can tear you down. Like, they come into your program just so they can tear you down. They come into your program just so they can try to get whatever they can get out of you, to drain you, okay? They're parasites, okay? They're parasites. And so I had a woman try it with me, okay? The sweetest woman, okay? At least through messages. She was the sweetest woman through messages. You know, she was so happy to be a part of the program, so pleased to be there and everything. And we were, I was messaging her through email about the program, about how she can access the videos, how she can access the lives, how she can access the Q&As. And within our conversation, she adds it in that when she was binge watching my YouTube videos, okay, now I'm gonna try my best to do my eyeliner while I tell this story, and I hope y'all can still hear me. Oh my goodness. Alright, I think I got the line down, y'all. I just need a little small line. Don't need no big line. Oh, my laptop needs to charge. Okay. Alright, I got my charger and attempted to do my eyeliner, but it's not looking too balanced. But I'm gonna go ahead and fix that with some eyeshadow. So yeah, okay. Sweetest woman you could think of, okay, in the messages at first. And anyway, so I'm messaging her about the program, and she adds into her messages that she noticed something so beautiful and so aligned that lets her know this is in alignment in my videos, about this white orb that she could see in the background of my videos, like some white orb that she noticed. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. You'll have to tell me where you saw that at in my videos, because I didn't see anything like that. So yeah, you'll have to tell me about it. And then I'm like, okay, can't wait to see you inside the program. And then as the days pass, or actually she emails me back and she sends me the timestamps to where she sees the orb, this light orb in my video. She's like, it was so beautiful, this light orb, and like such a spiritual experience for her. So I'm like, okay. I look at the timestamps for the videos that she said, and I still didn't see it. I didn't see it. So I was moving on. I was continuing with the program. I was sending her the links to the videos and to the live sessions, sending her updates. Okay, and out of nowhere, she sends me a message or email, and she's like, I don't appreciate how you did not respond to my email about the light orb being in your video. And I would just like to say, in the future, if you are emailing with someone, you should at least end the conversation when you're emailing or talking to someone. I'm not speaking like her specifically, but one thing that I did notice about the way she was talking is she was talking in super spiritual language. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but basically, super spiritual woo-woo language is basically like spiritual narcissism, when people are trying to say all of this, oh, it was in alignment, and this is why I'm not guided to this anymore. And like, she was speaking in that kind of language. And so I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you're saying that. So I'm thinking initially when I read the message, like, what is that? I'm sorry, y'all. There's this bird in a tree that, to me, it kind of, because my dog is so small, it looks like my puppy. So I almost feel like I need to go check on her. Okay, so I just went to check on her, and She's fine. So that's not my puppy. That's some crazy bird in the tree. Gosh, yeah, that's how you know that you have a mom brain. That's how you know you have a mom brain. You always worried about your babies. Like, even if you think it's a figment of your imagination, you like, nope. I'm going to check. I'm going to check. So yeah, I'm like, initially, I'm like, maybe she was hurt because I didn't finish the conversation about the orb with her. I mean, there was nothing else to say, honestly, after she sent me the timestamps. I was like happy she sent the timestamps, but there wasn't anything else left to say because now my focus is on the program that you literally just spent your money on. That's what you paid for. You paid for access to the program. You paid for the transformation that comes from the program. You didn't pay me for me to talk to you about an orb that you saw in my videos. So I'm not prioritizing that conversation. But I'm always thinking, well, maybe she's hurt that she just wanted to talk to me. She's hurt that I didn't respond. All right, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. And I'm like, send her an email back. And I'm like, hey, like, I apologize, like, that you had I can't remember exactly what I said verbatim. I might actually post what I said in this video, just so y'all know that I am not capping. Okay, I am not capping. But I sent her a reply, like, oh, I didn't know, like, you know, that you were expecting more conversation from me. And I just let her know respectfully, like, that I don't prioritize conversations that have nothing to do with the program that you're enrolled into. So that's nice that you saw an orb and you got this spiritual message from the orb, but I'm literally not here for that. I'm not here to get a spiritual session from you. I'm not. If I was, I would be on your channel enrolled into your courses. So she was saying that, like, partially in her message, like, this is not a teacher-student dynamic or something like that, or honestly, I can't remember. All I remember is that she wasn't making no damn sense. And that's how I know that she was just in her feelings or in a mood, right? Because I didn't respond to her, which is crazy. So anyway, I give her the benefit of the doubt and I let her know, like, it's all good over here. Like, I was just focused on the program. Wasn't like trying to be malicious, not responding to you. And she responds again, saying the wildest stuff. Okay. She's like, oh, well, you know what? This is, I can tell how this is not in alignment, and I am not accepting your apology because you keep saying things to me like, hey, beautiful, and using emojis like, you're like, and that is just not okay. Like, I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with her? What in the hell is wrong with you? You upset because I'm using emojis and I'm giving you compliments? I talk to all my clients like that. I literally talk to even in my email blasts, I say, hey, beautiful. Hey, gorgeous. Like, wouldn't you want I would want somebody to tell me that I was beautiful today. I would want somebody to tell me I'm gorgeous. Like, I would want somebody to tell me nice things about myself. That's what I like. So, and then she goes on to say, and I let you know how I don't like how that feels. And I'm just like, in what email? At what point did you say all of this? I'm literally like, I'm in the twilight zone. Like, there's something really, like, off. I don't know. So I'm like, you know what? I've seen this beast before. Okay? I've seen this beast before. And it looks a lot like you. It looks a lot like you. I've had toxic clients before. And back when I've never experienced no shit like that, I dealt with it and I put up with it like literally more than what I should have. So now, oh, you want to try me? Okay, I know exactly what to do with you. So not only are you removed from the program, but you're not receiving any future updates that come along with the program, because basically the pre-enrollment was for you to get for you to get early access to everything without having to pay the full access price. Okay, so not only are you being removed from that and not receiving any of that anymore, you need therapy. Like, straight up, you need therapy. So having to deal with that once more, like, I dealt with it 3 years ago, where I had 2 just petty, toxic ass clients. Okay, again, and this is the thing, and this is something that after this happened, I was like, I need to include this in Valued and Worthy, because manifesting money, manifesting men, one thing. Manifesting soulmate friendships, soulmate women, soulmate clients into your life, that is a thing, okay? Because there are women out there who literally they just get life out of being toxic as fuck, and they don't even know or realize that they're toxic. They don't even know it. Most of the time, these women clients, they are never, ever, 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 like, in the program specifically and mainly wanting help with the content and the information within the program. They are always demanding things outside of what the program entails. They're always asking for help outside of what the program entails. They have, issues with their ex-husband or their toxic narcissistic baby daddy that they haven't left yet. They want to talk about things completely unrelated to the program. They want to talk about me and my life and all of those. Like, that's not why we're here, and I'm not your therapist. Okay, so I've made that clear before, but I'm gonna start making that abundantly clear. Whenever I am making a sales page for anything that I do, like, I need to make this abundantly clear. In my sales videos, I'm going to start making it abundantly clear. And not only that, but I'm raising my prices. Like, everything is going up. Everything is going up because I always say, whenever you're experiencing something, I was moving around. I was looking for my mascara. Whenever you're experiencing something that brings you down, it's because you're supposed to be leveling up. It's because you're operating at a level that is not where you're supposed to be operating at. You're engaging with people that you are not supposed to be engaging with. You are above them, honey. You're above them. You're better than them. And when you are around them and when you're interacting with them, they feel obligated and entitled to sucking from you and draining you because excuse me, because they know who they are. They know, they can feel the difference. And an aligned soul client and aligned women, like the women that I work with, the women that purchase and enroll into my courses, that are like, get results really fast, that are like the best students, okay? Number one is they're focused on what I teach them, and they're willing to surrender to the material. Number one. Number two, they love me. They love me. They literally love me. It doesn't matter what I say we're about to do, where I say we're about to go. They trust my leadership. They trust that my intentions. And they know that I'm a ride or die. Okay, I'm a ride or die when it comes to the work that I do and the clients that come into my energy. The women that come into my energy, they know that about me and they love that about me. And they are not about none of that bullshit, okay? They're not about none of that BS. If they have an issue with something, or if they need, like, if they want me to do something better, they know how to communicate that without turning it into some crazy, unnecessary thing. They know how to be like, this is what I need. Okay? And if that doesn't go along with what I provide, they respect that. They respect when I say, oh, well, this is in the contract here and this is what, and they're like, oh, okay, I didn't see that part. All right, thanks for letting me know. Like, what in the hell is going on here with these women? And I have heard some horror stories for other women coaches, other women entrepreneurs, when it comes to working with other women. I have heard some horror stories. Women paying for shit, then trying to do a chargeback, like paying for a program, and then after the program is over, trying to do a chargeback on the program with their bank. Like, the level of karma. Women coming in, you know what I'm saying, and just getting all kinds of beautiful things from programs and from experiences, and just acting a fool. You know what I'm saying? So I rebuke that spirit of jealousy, of envy, and of parasitic energy in any woman who even thinks about coming into my space, working with me, talking to me, whatever like that. And if they do end up in my energy, it is only going to benefit me, and all of that energy is only going to come back to me 10 times fold, okay? You are only hurting yourself coming up into my energy acting a damn fool. So, let me do some of this. So yeah, so that is like what I've been like experiencing for this new moon, this approaching Cancer new moon. And I just really realized, like, it has so much to do with holding your ground, standing your ground in your femininity and your womanhood. Because when I told that lady, when I gave her my second response, because my first response was like, maybe it's me. But my second response was like, oh no, you gotta go. You gotta go. Like, because what you want from me is you want me to stoop down to your level. What you want from me is you want me to vibrate at the same level that you are. I would never do that. If I see that you are not being a righteous person, that's just it. And I have lost I have driven wedges between friendships. I've cut off friends. Like, literally, I do not care if you're a woman. If you are evil, you're fucking evil. And I'm going to tell you that. And I think a lot of people, or maybe women, come on here thinking, oh, she's all about women. I am all about women. Which is exactly why I will fucking check you if you try me. And I will also lovingly address myself when I know that I could have did better. And I will also lovingly initially respond to you with who I am, where I stand, and what I think and why I do things, so that you can understand me better and not take things personally. And the women who are on that level get it and they respect it. But child, yeah, so yeah, this Cancer new moon is like, it's bringing it all out. It's bringing it all out. It's making, oh, I don't know if these are go together. It is absolutely bringing it all out to where, if you have any ounce of emotional toxicity, emotional immaturity, anything like that, like, yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go. I'm taking care of me. I'm taking care of mine. I'm taking care of my daughter. My daughter is watching me. She's watching me with her eyes and with her heart. She's watching me. And not only my daughter, but other women are too. I put myself out here on a platform where all kinds of people honestly are watching me, but I know that there's a lot of women on here watching me, especially younger women, and even women my age, even older women. Like, y'all gotta do better. We gotta do better at calling a spade a spade. Like, yeah, that's childish. That's childish. So let's see. What else did I want to talk about? Child, I have talked a lot. I've talked a lot. So yeah, toxic clients, toxic women, jealousy in women. There was a creator that I watched recently, and she was like talking about a creator on YouTube. She teaches about manifestation and stuff. And I've been watching her. I like supporting other Black women on YouTube that I can see are passionate and devoted and everything like that. But she's jealous. She's a jealous woman. Jealousy, you know what I'm saying? It's something that I had to get acclimated to, unfortunately, as I matured into a woman. When I was younger, I didn't really think about, oh, that person's jealous, or like, I was never the type of woman to think that way. Some women who are narcissistic will literally say everybody's jealous of them under the sun. Like, everybody is jealous of them. No, I've never been that woman to be like, oh, that person's jealous. But as I've gotten older and matured into my womanhood, I've recognized that jealousy is a very insidious thing in women. Envy is an insidious thing. And when you don't have your own identity, or haven't cultivated your own identity as a woman, you're not secure in your own identity as a woman and who you really are, not in whatever facade you present. It's really easy for you to be and behave in jealous ways. So I'm watching this creator and listening to her talk about her past. And the good thing about her is that she's able to acknowledge how she was a hater, or she was a jealous person in the past. But as she was telling her story about the past, right after that, she starts mentioning how, and by the way, don't listen to all of these creators who tell you in the manifestation community that, and honestly, I was able to pick up on it because I'm like, this is me. You talking about me, girl. She's like, don't listen to those creators online who tell you that you don't have to work hard and soft girl life and all of that bullshit. She was like, 9 times out of 10, they just want to sell you a course or something. They just want to sell you something. And I'm just like, okay, aren't you on here selling stuff through what you teach? Like, you're literally on here selling stuff. Like, you're selling your programs. You're selling your courses. You're not teaching the same methods, but you're selling. But you're selling. You want money too, just like the rest of us. You love money too, just like the rest of us. You're on here selling your product. So, okay, I'm clocking the jealousy. Okay, she doesn't like to see or can't fathom someone making money easily and then basing what they sell off of that framework. Ouch. Okay, I need to sit better because this thing is hurting me. So you're jealous. You're jealous of that. And it's important to be able to notice, like, why do I have a problem with other people doing things in a way that isn't like how I do it? Is it genuinely because I don't agree with it? Or is it because I wish I could do things that way, but I don't believe I can. So I'm mad at other people who do believe they can. And I'm mad that other people try to tell me that I can do it that way when I've tried before and it didn't work. So they're lying to me. So now I'm upset and now I'm projecting and I'm jealous. Because let me tell you something, those same people, those same women who sit there and say and criticize the very thing they say that they hate, just let you be a close friend. Just let you be somebody close to them. Their best friend, their sister, their cousin, their whatever. And something like that happens to you. You get to experience that side of life. You get to experience the soft girl life, an easy life, manifesting, sweepstake wins and lottery wins or whatever it is. Easily. Manifesting a new house. You ain't have to do much for it. Manifesting a car you didn't have to pay for, or that you manifested the money to pay for out of nowhere. Like, let magical things like happen for you in a way to where you didn't have to effort. You didn't have to struggle. You didn't have to feel pressed for it. Let that happen to somebody close to them, and the jealousy will be apparent. The jealousy will be apparent. Which is why I said, like, I was able to clock how a lot of the issues that little girl have is linked to her mom. Okay. I shared with her when I won my sweepstakes. She was one of the first people I shared it with. For some reason, I thought she would be excited or happy. But, I mean, when I tell you that her face was like not excited at all. In fact, she was like, oh, be careful, might not be real. She was kind of speaking fear into, let me get this in focus. Focus, camera. She was speaking fear into the possibility of it being real. And I'm like, now, didn't you just get $8,000 like the other month? I wasn't skeptical. I wasn't saying, oh, I hope they don't take it back. Like, I wasn't doing that to you. So I noticed, like, and then every time I brought it up again, it was a very short conversation. Like, I do not want to talk about this subject. And that's how you be able to tell, like, people low-key don't like that you are lucky in life. They don't like that you get good things in life. But the thing is I'm not lucky. You create your luck. You create your blessings. You create your abundance. That wasn't luck. That was feminine manifestation. That wasn't chance. And I have the proof. I have the journaling and the things that I wrote down that literally said, I'm a grand prize winner. I'm so happy that I have this money now. I'm so excited that I won the jackpot. I can't wait to hear from the people when they tell me that I won. Like, I have all of that written down. It's not dated, or maybe it is dated. I don't know. So, you know what I'm saying? So be careful of jealous women. Keep your eyes out. Don't give no woman the benefit of the doubt. And make sure that you are taking care of yourself. And you are pouring yourself emotionally into the next level of your life. Which is, again, why I said, like, everything is just leveling up for me. My prices are going up. I'm leveling up my experiences. I'm leveling up the women that I surround myself with. Like, I don't have time for the silliness anymore. I don't have time for the childishness anymore. If I know that I'm a 9-figure entrepreneur, okay, if I know that I'm in the best relationship of my life, if I know that I have, an abundance of blessings coming to me every day, payments coming to me every day, what is this? I'm gonna text message. If I know that basically that I'm rich, radiant, abundant, like beautiful. If I know that I'm who I am, rich, a grand prize winner, jackpot lottery winner, okay, always receiving payments back to back to back. If I know that I'm a 9-figure woman, okay, I'm a centimillionaire. If I'm taking on an identity, right, embodying the identity of who I truly am, what am I actually dealing with here? Like, what am I going to be emotionally investing into? Am I going to continue dealing with peasantry? Because that's what this is to me at this point. People who are just in love with struggling. And I get it. I've been there. I've been in a place to where you feel like life is happening to you and everything is outside of your circumstances. And, like, I've been in that position where you feel like life is handing shit to you that you didn't ask for and that you didn't intend for. But, unfortunately, you have to reckon with you did create it. You did summon it. It is a part of what you have pulled into your reality. And now you have the power to create something differently. So that's what I'm doing. I'm creating something different. I'm creating a new and much more healthier experience for my daughter, more support, for better friendships for her. And mind you, like, I want to end this video on a note of saying, like, I absolutely love and have appreciated my neighbor in so many different ways, and her and my daughter's friendship in a lot of different ways. The things that I have explained have been a snapshot in our experience together that is important to address and needs to be acknowledged and dealt with, which is why I have the boundaries I have now. But everything serves its own time, right? Like, that served its purpose and its time. I feel. And once I started to notice, like, our relationship has been based off of my being, in your eyes, lower than you or not as powerful as you. And that can play out in your intimate relationships with men or your friendships, where people... I gotta show y'all my perfume, y'all. My friend bought me this perfume. It's organic perfume, which I love, and it's from New Orleans, which is my home city. But like, once people start to feel like you are more powerful than them, or you are not even necessarily doing better than them, because some people say, oh, once you're doing better than them, they love you until you're doing better than them. It doesn't even have to be you doing better than them, like physically, because this is what you need to understand. Your energy, there is an energy to you that manifests that better life. That energy that is you, that manifests that better life, is what is going to get on their nerves first. That energy about you, that powerful energy, that no, I'm not going there with you energy, that no, I'm gonna do better, and if I'm gonna be around you, you need to do better too energy. That energy, however it is that you express and show up in that energy, that is gonna be the thing that annoys people the most, when you're not supposed to take them with you. When they can come with you, they'll see it, recognize it, and they get on board. And they're like, yep, I'm with it too. I'm coming too. I'm tired of this shit too. I'm tired of my own bullshit. Check me, please. I'm ready. Like, let's go. That's how you know. So yeah, anyway, y'all, I'm done getting ready. It took me a while, but I did enjoy this get ready with me. It was nice. I'm glad I got to talk about some things in my personal life. Let me know if y'all like these style videos. I'll probably keep doing them when I get up in the morning and get ready for my day. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Feel free to share your experiences. Have you been experiencing toxic, immature femininity for this Cancer new moon? And you know, what are your intentions for this new moon? I actually have some journal prompts that I wrote down for myself that I will probably share in the description or in the comments, if you want to set some Cancer new moon intentions. And I am going to link all of my courses and all of my programs down below for you to enroll into, or also pre-enroll into, because I'm going to be updating some things, okay? Inside of Valued and Worthy, I am definitely going to be adding leveling up your soul sister clientele, or the clients that come into your business if you are a business owner, or how to manifest top tier friendships, okay? Higher level feminine friendships, okay? Valued and Worthy is the course where I am, my signature program, where I'm basically teaching you how to level up what you are manifesting in your life when it comes to men, when it comes to money. And now I'm going to be adding on these extra things with clients, right? Customers, the type of people that are coming into your business, and the friendships that you're making. So all of that is going to be a part of Valued and Worthy now, which Valued and Worthy was mostly just about men and money. Now we're going to be manifesting at a higher level manifesting, top tier manifesting. Okay. So the link to that is down below. Deeply Loved, I just got done with Deeply Loved, the 3-day immersion for Deeply Loved, which was amazing. So many things came up. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be adding more energetic activations through PDF outlines that are going to be included with each day. So that way you're able to integrate everything that I'm teaching that much better and that much easier. The link to that is also going to be down below. And yeah, I have a plethora of other things that I'm just going to be selling unapologetically and at the price that it is going to be at from now moving forward. And yeah, and that's just that. So I would love to see you in there. And if you love this video, I would love to see you in my next video. Okay, I almost forgot to show y'all our brand new addition to the family. Say hi, girl. She being shy. She was in the playpen, so she said. Yeah, she said she was in the playpen, and she's like, I need love. All I need is love right now. I was in there for too long. Say hi. Say hi to the camera. Say hi to the camera. Yeah, the big baby. She's like, girl, if you don't just hold me, I just need to be held. So yeah, this is our new puppy. I think we named her Whimsy the whimsical, because when we first got her, like, she literally looked like a little fairy, like jumping around in joy. Like jumping around and just like, I don't know, like she was in like a cartoon or something. It was so cute. But yeah, like we've had her for a couple days, and since we've gotten to know her, yeah, she's definitely like, she's just happy to be alive, which is always beautiful to see. And she's also a little what's the word? Not sneaky, but oh, there's my daughter. Oh, she's happy to see you. Oh, she's happy to see you. Look, she was trying to get in your bed earlier. She was trying to get in your bed.
Was she dancing?
Yeah, she was dancing a little bit. See? Girl, you better get your child. Get your child. Give her a hug. Give her a hug. Come on, she was trying to give you. She was trying to see you. Yeah, just hold her so you don't. Yes, there you go. Don't put her in my bed. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to show y'all our puppy, and okay. Yep, I can say bye for real now. Bye, y'all. Say bye to the camera. Say bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Stop in my hair.